If your digital marketing efforts are not yielding the results you want them to, it could be because you have given up your power. The truth is, if you have not developed and are leveraging a personal brand, there's no wonder people aren't picking up what you're putting down. You have given up your power. Personal branding is the key to success, not only because it helps you attract, engage, and convert the right audience, but also because it relieves you of the pressures that come with comparing yourself to others. Additionally, personal branding empowers you with confidence. Confidence in knowing about the value that you are bringing to the table that nobody else can bring. Additionally, personal branding empowers you because you recognize that the unique value you're bringing to the table is setting you apart from the competition, and it is giving your customers a new perspective on how to look at something. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips to use personal branding to grow your business. I have my notes here so I don't forget those. So let's get started with number 1. The first thing is you have to know exactly what the true definition of personal branding is. There are tons of different variations of this definition going around. There are various reasons why people tell you to develop a personal brand. But if you want to grow your business using personal branding techniques, this is the definition that you need to consider. Personal branding describes the process by which individuals and businesses differentiate themselves from the crowd to stand out, and they do so by identifying and articulating their unique value proposition. Additionally, they do this across a variety of platforms to achieve their specific goal. This includes the images they use and the messaging that they share. So again, it is a process that differentiates you from the crowd. You use it to share your unique value proposition in an articulate and unique way using imagery and brand messaging to achieve your goal. Now, personal branding is not just for business. If you are trying to be a standout citizen in the community, if you are working to build a career for yourself, personal branding is still ideal for you to do those things because you are taking what you know about yourself and you are leveraging it to achieve your goals in whatever way that needs to be done in your life, career, and or business. For business, obviously, it is in your marketing, it's in the reputation your brand holds, all the things. It's the business culture. I can go on and on for the various uses for personal branding. So now that we have the definition, let's dissect it a little bit. Okay, so determine what makes you different from other people. That is how you're going to differentiate yourself. But in order to do that, you got to know yourself, right? You can't define the differences if you don't even know who you are. How do you know how you're different if you don't know who you are? That is why my program, Project CEO, is so fundamental in helping you with this because it gets down to the foundation of who you are, helping you to develop the personal brand in the first place, then showing you how to leverage it across platforms, areas, industries, wherever you are. Is going to help you differentiate yourself from the pack. Next, you're going to identify ways to articulate your unique value. How do you communicate? Communicate is very important when you are taking your personal brand, putting action to it so that you can get the things that you want. Are you able to communicate effectively and articulately in a way that people know who you are and what you're about to the point that they want to use your services or they want to connect with you in some way? Next, you want to establish the appropriate platforms to leverage this unique value. Again, if you're in business, you need to decide, how do you want to distribute your value? Is it going to be with video? Is it going to be a podcast? Is it going to be a blog? That's how you're going to articulate and communicate the value that you're bringing to the table. Those are the platforms. Now, the distribution of said value can be done in a myriad of ways. Social media, email marketing. It could be face-to-face meetings, networking. That's how you're going to distribute the content. But the value itself has to have a house. Is it video? Is it YouTube? I mean, is it podcast? Is it a blog? So you want to identify and establish those appropriate platforms to leverage your unique value proposition, but do so consistently. So again, here is you have to dive a little bit deeper, because this means there needs to be systems and processes in place, because it's in those systems and processes where you find your ability to be consistent. You cannot be consistent on the fly. That is like the opposite of the definition of consistent. So you want to make sure that in articulating your value and establishing the platforms you want to share your value, that you have the systems and processes in place to actually be consistent in sharing that value. Because if there's no consistency, right, then people don't know when to see you. They don't know when your value is going to show up. They don't know how to reach you. They don't know what to do next in the process, because there is no process. So there's no consistency. Therefore, the use of your personal brand, the action that you're trying to put towards your personal brand in personal branding is not working, because there's no leveraging of the personal brand across platforms in an articulate way. All right, next, after you have understood the appropriate definition for personal branding, that's the first tip, get the definition down. The second tip is to create content buckets based on your epiphany journey. Andrea, what is an epiphany journey? Well, before I can tell you what an epiphany journey is, we've got to back it up and talk about the epiphany. Now, your epiphany is that thing, that light bulb moment that happened that kind of was the catalyst for you starting the project in the first place. If you are a business owner, it was the catalyst for you starting your business. If you are joining the board of an organization, it was the reason you decided to join the board. If you are climbing the corporate ladder, it is the reason you chose that profession. Whatever your epiphany is, whatever that was, it has taken a journey to get you where you are today. Whether it's a solution to a problem in your business, whether it is a process or an affiliation to the organization that you joined. I have a nonprofit. My daughter has special needs. I started a program, a nonprofit for those who have special needs. That's my affiliation. That's my epiphany. And the way I came about the nonprofit was because there was something that I did not want to happen for my daughter. So we took steps to keep her from having that happen. And those steps became the journey that we now use in our organization to help other people avoid the same fate that could have happened if we did not take steps for my daughter. So that's what the epiphany journey is. It is you deciding what that solution was, what that epiphany moment was, and then tracking it to the solution or to the end game of the epiphany in the first place. So once you had the revelation, what did you do to resolve the challenge, to fix the problem, to overcome the issue? What did you do? Those are the steps. That's the journey. Now you have a framework in which to help other people do the same. Does that make sense? All right, so I'll give you the definition of the epiphany. I've given you the definition of the epiphany journey. So now you can take that epiphany journey and create what I call and others call content buckets. So your content buckets are going to be 3 to 5 categories that have been decided on based on the journey, the number of steps in your journey. So let's just say in your epiphany journey, there are 10 steps. The first 3 steps all kind of fall in line with the beginning of something, how you start to take notice. So that could be your phase 1, and you can give phase 1 a name. With the second 3 steps in your journey, that could become the intermediate stage, or where you find yourself after a certain amount of time. Give that stage a name. The final 4 could be the final stages, the conclusion, you get to the solution, that's the end game. That could be another category. You give that category a name. Now, when you meet people, you have established the journey. When you meet people who are on that same journey, you can now identify with them where they are in your journey, in your epiphany journey, and now meet them where they are. Does that make sense? So when you are creating, when you are leveraging your personal brand, it is ideal to create content buckets so that you know what bucket to pull from when you are in conversation with someone, when you are creating content, if you are training or teaching, things of that nature, based on the audience that you are in front of. You won't have to start at the very beginning if you notice that these people are in stage 4 or in stage 3 of your epiphany journey. They don't need stage 1 and 2. So you're not going to lose them by talking about things they don't need to know about. You having created the epiphany journey, now can recognize where they are in the process and meet them where they are. Whether you're speaking, training, if it's a business, if you're on the job and you are a director, a manager of an organization, and you've got onboarding people, you've got people onboarding and you need to sort of get them up to speed, you can identify where they are in the process and meet them where they are and make their onboarding process a lot easier. Does that make sense? Please leave a comment below if you are picking up what I'm putting down. Let me know in the comments. And then the last thing that I want, this last tip that I want to give to you, is to formulate a customer experience strategy. This strategy needs to leave your customers with a positive impression of who you are. These are three personal branding tips that are going to help your business grow. A positive customer experience is the best thing since sliced bread, okay? Regardless of all the social media that's happening, regardless of all the ads that you see, the paid ads that you see, and any other type of marketing that you are going to do in your business, word of mouth is still king. So if you create a positive customer experience for your brand, using personal branding tips and tricks, leveraging who you are with your unique value proposition, articulating it in a great way, you will then create a positive customer experience that yields amazing word of mouth marketing for you. If you are in a career, can you imagine the positive word of mouth customer experience when people come in contact with you on your job? Maybe another boss who was on a project with you. Can you imagine the word of mouth marketing that can go on behind the scenes on a golf course? Maybe someone's talking about promotions and things of that nature. If you have created a positive experience with people, then that will go a long way in getting you what you want, the growth that you are looking for. So this is where company culture, if you have a business, is going to come into play. If you have created, based on your personal brand and how you want to leverage that to create a unique value for your organization, creating those systems and processes that are duplicable, that are within the framework of your personality, the characteristics that you want to draw from your personality and put into your business, if you can go ahead and establish those systems and processes that recognize that, when you start onboarding people, number one, you can attract the right people to your business because the culture that they're looking for will be there. You can match the culture and the employee. Number two, once you've onboarded those people, they are now representatives of you and your business. And because you have a culture that they like and they enjoy, that they resonate with, they will perpetuate that culture when you are not around. So when they are representing your business, that company culture is going to provide the customer experience in a consistent way because you have taught that culture based on who you are, your personal branding, how you set up the culture in your organization to perpetuate within your employees. Then that is going to provide the customer experience, the positive customer experience that is going to in turn give you that positive word of mouth. It's going to keep your business going. Also, establishing a company culture is going to lay the groundwork for your employees' expectations and for their role responsibility. There is a book that I read, Good to Great, and one of the things that he talked about in this book was when you first take on an organization or you start to build out a team, it's important to first make sure you have the right people on the bus. When you have the right people on the bus, you don't have to do as much motivating and as much encouraging because you have the right people on the bus no matter where the bus goes. So here, when you create a positive customer experience, when you utilize your company culture to onboard the right people, you will keep those employees in a position where they will perpetually share that same customer experience, provide that same positive customer experience, but they will also enjoy their role. They will take on the responsibility of that company culture without problem or incident in most cases, or at least to a minimum, because you've done a good job creating the culture in the first place, attracting the people who appreciate that culture, and those people will stay motivated, and in turn, they will step out into the world and represent your brand well. Listen, when it comes to harnessing the power of your personal brand with personal branding, there are 3 systems that I think are extremely important. I believe they're extremely important. So this next video that I'm going to share with you that I think you should watch next It's all about these 3 systems that I think you need in order to utilize your personal brand in an effective and efficient way. In this next video, I dive into the essential elements of manifesting your true desires with these 3 systems. I'll discuss the importance of consistency, authenticity, and setting actionable goals. It's not enough to have social media, to have those vanity URLs, to put yourself in your videos, which is what some people call personal branding. It really is about using who you are, what you know of the value you're bringing to the table to attract, engage, and convert people. To be yourself in a way that you know you are attracting the right people and you're able to stay consistently engaged with those people, maintain relationships, set up a positive customer experience, or just an experience of an interaction with you in any capacity. That experience is going to be positive and consistent because you've tapped into the value that you're bringing to the table. You're confident in that value, and you know that you are putting your best foot forward. All right, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already. That is going to go a long way in helping me to achieve my goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of December. Share this information with those you know need it. And leave a comment below. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me about your personal branding techniques. What do you do to leverage who you are in an authentic way, in an articulate way to achieve your goals? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.